Most men over 65 are doing one thing completely wrong when it comes to protecting their prostate, and it's costing them their health. I see this mistake in my practice every single week. A man comes in, often with his wife, and he's worried sick about his prostate. He's been reading too much online, he's heard the scary stories, he's probably ignored that little voice telling him to come in sooner. He thinks he's doing everything right, but he's actually missed the one simple habit that could be his best defense. And the worst part? It's a habit he probably gave up years ago out of fear or just misunderstanding. I'm Dr. Melissa Morgan. I'm a board-certified urologist, and for over 15 years, I've been helping men just like you live healthier, more confident lives. My goal here isn't to scare you, it's to give you the honest, evidence-based truth. And today, we're tackling a topic that's often whispered about or just avoided completely: prostate health after 65 and the surprising role of sexual activity. Before we dive into the science, do me a favor. If you've ever worried about your prostate, if you've been confused by all the conflicting advice out there, go ahead and like this video. It helps this important information reach more men who need to hear it. And subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next video. If you find this helpful, drop a comment below and let me know.
The misunderstanding. Why is this so misunderstood? Well, honestly, it's a perfect storm of things. First, there's the fear of cancer. When you hear prostate, your mind immediately jumps to the worst-case scenario. That fear can make men freeze up. It makes them avoid the topic entirely, and it makes them suspicious of anything that sounds too simple. They think the solution has to be complicated, or expensive, or involve painful procedures. That's just not true. Second, let's be real. As men get older, there are a lot of taboos around sex, intimacy, and masturbation. Maybe you think it's not appropriate anymore. Maybe you're dealing with erectile dysfunction and feel like that part of your life is over. Maybe you just haven't talked to anyone about it, including your doctor. This silence creates a space for dangerous myths to spread online. You might have heard that sexual activity causes prostate problems or makes them worse. This is a myth. It's wrong. And believing it is preventing you from taking a simple, proactive step for your health. My job is to cut through all that noise. I want you to feel safe talking about this. There is absolutely no judgment here. We're talking about basic human biology and a critical piece of men's health that gets neglected, simply because it involves a conversation we're uncomfortable having. The simple science. Let's talk about your prostate. It's a small, walnut-sized gland that sits right below your bladder. Its main job is to produce seminal fluid, which nourishes and transports sperm. Think of it like a little factory. Now imagine a factory that never runs. The products just sit on the assembly line, gathering dust. The machinery starts to seize up. That's a very basic, non-medical analogy for what happens to the prostate when it's not being used. Stagnation is not your friend. For years, researchers have been looking into what protective habits men can adopt. They've looked at diet, exercise, supplements, and yes, they've looked very closely at ejaculation frequency. Why? Because when you ejaculate, the prostate is essentially flushing itself out. It's releasing those stored fluids. The theory is that this process may prevent the buildup of inflammatory chemicals or potential carcinogens inside the gland. It's like hitting the reset button. I know this might sound too easy to be true, but the data is very compelling. The surprising truth. The science is clear on this, and it's the exact thing that most men get wrong. They wrongly assume that less activity is safer, but the studies suggest the opposite is true. Researchers at Harvard University conducted a massive long-term study that looked at nearly 32,000 men. The results were published in a reputable journal and analyzed their lifetime ejaculation frequency against their risk of prostate cancer. The findings were stark. It showed that men who reported a higher frequency of ejaculation had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer later in life. We're not talking about a tiny reduction either. The numbers were impressive. Here's the key finding that should be a wake-up call. The study found that men who ejaculate 21 or more times per month had a roughly 31% lower risk of being diagnosed with prostate cancer compared to men who only did it 4 to 7 times per month. Let that sink in. 31% lower risk. This is a powerful, proactive measure that you have control over. It doesn't matter if this activity is with a partner or through masturbation. The physical action of the prostate-expressing fluid is what provides the potential benefit. If that scientific finding genuinely surprised you, make sure to hit that like button right now. Your action plan. After 65. So, what does this mean for you? It means you need to rethink your approach to your prostate health. Taking care of your sexual health isn't embarrassing. It's one of the smartest things you can do to protect yourself. Here's your simple 3-part action plan for a healthier prostate. 1. The 21 plus goal. The research points to the benefits of a higher frequency. I'm not saying this is a strict prescription, but it gives you a target. Aim for at least 4 to 5 ejaculations per week. For some men, this might seem like a lot, but remember, this is a part of a comprehensive health strategy. Be realistic, but also be consistent. Your body changes, and your sexual life may change. But the need for your prostate to flush itself does not. If you have concerns about your ability to do this due to medical conditions, talk to your doctor, or even better, talk to a urologist. 2. Lifestyle support. Prostate health is built in the kitchen and in the gym. It's not just one thing. Hydration. Drink plenty of water. Simple flushing action helps everything, including your prostate. Exercise. Get at least 30 minutes of moderate exercise most days. Better blood flow means a healthier prostate. Diet. Focus on foods rich in antioxidants and low in saturated fat. 3. The secret weapon food. If you're looking for one simple diet change, here it is. Cook tomatoes. Tomatoes are packed with a powerful antioxidant called lycopene. Studies have shown that lycopene is preferentially concentrated in prostate tissue and may protect cells from damage. But here's the key. Your body absorbs lycopene much, much better when the tomatoes are cooked, like in tomato paste, tomato sauce, or a simple soup, and when they're consumed with a little bit of fat, like olive oil. So, a simple pasta sauce or a cup of tomato soup is an easy win for your prostate. A final, reassuring word. Please, stop worrying yourself into inaction. Prostate health is manageable, and you have more control than you think. Most men get this wrong because they're afraid to talk about it or because they follow outdated advice. But now you know the truth. Regular sexual activity, including masturbation, is a healthy, protective habit. It's a part of taking care of your whole self. Don't let embarrassment be a barrier to your health. Don't fall for the myths. Take the information you learned today and put it into action. If this video helped you feel more confident about your health, if it changed your perspective, please share it with a friend or family member who needs to hear it. Hit that like button, leave your questions in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for more practical, evidence-based men's health advice. Stay healthy, stay proactive, and I'll see you in the next video.